Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX with me, Devika Chopra. The centre has now announced to include caste enumeration in the upcoming general census, which has triggered a war of words with both the ruling BJP and the opposition parties scrambling to claim credit for this decision. Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav announced that the Cabinet Committee on Political Affairs has approved the inclusion of caste enumeration in the forthcoming census, marking a significant shift in the BJP's policy. The Congress party, however, was quick to attribute the decision to Rahul Gandhi's advocacy, claiming that it is a victory for their leader's vision. But is the caste census and the decision to hold one a victory for the BJP, a victory for the Congress, or a victory for India as a whole? We take that conversation forward, but before that, listen in to what is it that the politicians have been saying.
Congress governments have always opposed caste census. Caste was not included in all the census operations conducted since independence. In 2010, then Prime Minister late Dr. Manmohan Singh ji had assured the Lok Sabha that the matter of caste census should be considered in the cabinet. A group of ministers was formed to consider this subject. Most of the political parties had recommended caste census. Despite this, Congress government decided to conduct only a survey of caste instead of a caste census.
हमने कहा था कि कास्ट सेंसस को हम करवा के छोड़ेंगे और हमने ये भी कहा था कि 50% की जो कैप है, जो आर्टिफिशियल दीवार लगा रखी है, उसको भी हम तोड़ के हटाएंगे। पता नहीं क्या हुआ, सडनली 11 साल बाद नरेंद्र मोदी जी कहते थे कि सिर्फ 4 जाते हैं, सडनली कास्ट सेंसस का अनाउंसमेंट किया। हम इसको सपोर्ट करते हैं, पूरी तरह सपोर्ट करते हैं, मगर हम टाइमलाइन चाहते हैं, हम जानना चाहते हैं ये कब तक।
Okay, so there you've heard both Ashwini Vaishnav and Rahul Gandhi. I want to begin this conversation with Garima Dasani of the Congress. We also have with us Mukesh Tyagi of the BJP, Sumit P, political analyst, and Captain Alok Bansal, director of the India Foundation with us. But let me begin with the Congress. Garima Dasani, I want to understand from you. Rahul Gandhi says, Achanak 11 saal baad, the BJP has realized that no, there aren't 4 castes that the Prime Minister claims there are in the country, but there has to be caste enumeration. But Ashwini Vaishnav claims that the Congress governments, which have been in power for the better half of since we've gained independence, never actually conducted a caste census themselves. So on what basis is the Congress today saying that it is their advocacy or their vision that is being implemented by the BJP?
See, first of all, I would like to say that it's a huge announcement. It's going to have quite some implementations, not only socially but politically also. And if you are trying to say that you want to take the credit away from Rahul Gandhi or Congress, that is not going to happen, because Rahul Gandhi ji has not only in 2 years, irrespective of the events going on in the country or the elections, he is from sadak se lekar sadan tak, as they say, he has fought for this. He has fought for Jati Jangarna, and what these people used to say, I just want to quote 2-3 statements of the BJP and the RSS. Like Nitin Gadkari's statement is there, jo karega jati ki baat, usko padegi kaske laat. Then RSS said that it is a threat to the unity and solidarity and the national fabric. Then Anurag Thakur in the parliament said, जिसको अपनी जात का पता नहीं वो जनगणना की बात कर रहा है. That is for Rahul Gandhi, he said. So now, the irony of the matter is that the ruling party spokesperson and the leaders and the media people, they are finding it very difficult. They're finding themselves in catch-22 situation, how to defend this move of Modi government.
But Garima Dasani, that's what I want to understand. Firstly, I don't think any media is finding itself in a catch-22 situation. This has nothing to do with us. But I want to understand from you, why should the BJP have to defend itself if it's taken a decision that yes, when a census activity is conducted, perhaps it would be beneficial to also look at the various castes in India that could possibly help in social welfare policies. You said in the beginning that this is a big move not only socially but also politically. I want to understand from you, why is caste enumeration a political tool?
No, it's not at all a tool. It's the need of the hour. As I said, that, the social justice, the basis of social justice is caste census.
Yes. Yes, no, but my question is very different, ma'am. My question is very different.
Just a second.
Ma'am, my question is very different, okay? And I only get 30 minutes to ask my question. So I'm just going to repeat myself. I've asked a very pointed question. You've said it, that it's not just a big move for social justice, but also a big move politically for us to do a caste enumeration. I want to understand, why is this political at all?
For the party, as it's a multi-party system in our country, and you see that 10 elections are there. Why do you think that Modi government had to announce it at this time? Because there are elections in so many states. So, it is not a very difficult question to answer. What I mean to say is there is injustice in our social strata. You have to admit that. 40,000 millionaires have left the country, have left the nation forever. So there is a big gap between the poor and the rich. As Modi ji used to say, that there are only two castes in the nation. One is poor and one is a rich caste. They used to say this. But now, when they have themselves, I really congratulate my leader, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who has been consistently and forcefully fighting for caste census. And now he has actually, forced the Modi government to announce this. And this is not the first time. This is the 6th announcement that he is supposed to make. I would like to tell you the prior announcements which Modi government somersault, as they are calling it, or a U-turn of Modi government as they are naming it. It was broadcast bill, it was indexation policy, it was data production bill, it was land bill amendment, and it was 50% for the Agniveer. This is all because of the strong opposition and strong opposition leader like Rahul Gandhi, who glares in the eyes of Modi and asks questions to him. I mean to say, this ruling party people, the BJPians and the RSS walas, who used to mock us, who used to insult us. Whenever we used to raise the issue of caste census, we were mocked, we were insulted, and all sort of allegations were put on us. We were labeled. But now what? I just want to ask them, now what?
Okay, good question. Mukesh Tyagi, I'm going to ask you, now what? Why the U-turn? Because that's a fair enough point raised by the Congress, that yes, when they were talking about caste in the run-up to the elections last year as well, the BJP did say that this is nothing but a political tool for the opposition. The only reason why they want a caste enumeration to be done is for the sake of politics. So why the U-turn, as the opposition is questioning?
Devika, good evening. I think Congress is in a complete catch-22 situation. They were never expecting that BJP will eventually usher the era of caste census in India. 1931 onwards, I think Jawaharlal Nehru was sitting on caste census issue. He did not allow the caste census to happen in India. What about Mrs. Gandhi? Jaat par na paat par, mohar lagegi haath par. They were against caste census right from Mrs. Gandhi. I think Rahul Gandhi has taken a U-turn in terms of what Mrs. Gandhi was trying to. You see, the ulterior motive of Rahul Gandhi is visible to the world, that he wants to create an inter-caste conflicts. He wants to divide this country because somehow Mr. Modi had managed to consolidate all the Hindu under a single umbrella, and that should be the real character of the country. That if your intention is to create a war or a conflict between the castes, that is a dangerous situation. I think Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who is talking about other things, that Mr. Modi does not believe in democracy, I think his spokesperson herself saying that we have succeeded. So look at the voice of the opposition is being heard by Mr. Modi. Now you are always challenging that there's no democracy in the country. So this kind of diabolic statement coming from BJP is exposing, from Congress is exposing their true character. They want to create a caste divide, they want to create a caste conflict, and that is their ulterior, you will see to it. This will lead to this kind of explosive conversation across intercaste, but that's fine. Mr. Modi is committed to the caste census.
May I?
No.
Yes, one second. I will give you a chance to respond, Garmadasa. Yes, Mukesh Tyagi, go ahead.
Mr. Rajiv Gandhi in 6 September 1990 gave the longest speech in the parliament about that why the caste census should not be implemented. In 1980, the caste census was conducted. Mr. Rajiv Gandhi sat down on it, and it was ordered by Morarji Desai in 1979. BP Mandal Commission was appointed. What happened till 1990, till VP Singh came into the power? No action happened. 1980, Congress got the landslide mandate. Why didn't they implement that time? So this kind of a character, I think, is a purely because Congress has lost, completely decimated. By 99 score, they could manage to get something, but then they talk about constitution, they talk about Jati Jangarna. Their intention looks like very, very mischievous, devious, and divisive in nature.
Okay. I want Garma Dasani of the Congress to respond to that.
Yeah, Devika, here Mukesh Tyagi just said that Mr. Modi got the Hindus under one umbrella and that is the character of our nation. I strictly object to that because my nation's character is not that. It is Anekta mein ekta, as you say. My national fabric was never under one umbrella, one caste
Sorry,
system.
have you conducted
Now, why?
that?
Whatever.
Yes,
Actually,
one question.
Mukesh Tyagi. No, you cannot interrupt me in between. Excuse me.
Yes, Garma
May I?
Dasani, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Mukesh Tyagi, I was not interrupting you. Stop heckling like this. So I just wanted to make a point that these people, if they think that Rahul Gandhi is dividing, see, caste census is not happening because there are castes in the country. There are caste strata in our country. That is why the census is needed, so that there is proper allocation of the resources, there is proper building of the public policies. That is why we need caste census, that the beneficiaries get the maximum. So, as my reader says, that jiski jitni bhagidari, uski utni hissedari. I mean to say that kind of representation, if there is more population, the representation should be more. I remember his version where when he was speaking in the parliament, he said that वही 2-3% लोग हलवा बना भी रहे हैं और वही 2-3% लोगों को बांट भी रहे हैं. I mean, whatever is getting cooked in this country is getting served to only those 2-3% of the people. So basically, where are the underprivileged? Where are the Adivasis? Where are the SC/STs? They have more population, so they should be in the in the mainstream. They are actually lagging behind. That is the whole motive of Congress Party.
Okay.
That according to the population, people should get representation.
Okay. All right. I want to bring in on that note Sumit Peer into the conversation as well. Sumit Peer, the decision taken by the centre, yes, a historic one, because the last time this happened was before independence. Now, is this something that can perhaps turn into a matter where the opposition can come in and say that, listen, we are the ones who have pressurized the BJP into taking this decision?
Devika ji, thank you very much for having me on show. I have a couple of points to make. First of all, if you see how did this decision happen and what did this happen, this is my school of thought around this. There was an emergency cabinet committee of security meeting yesterday because, there were a lot of ceasefire violations with Pakistan across the international border and LOC. Then there was a cabinet committee of, economic affairs had a meeting, which was natural. Then there was a CCPA meeting, cabinet committee on political affairs. I was wondering and asking myself, when economic affairs do theek hai, cabinet committee meeting is fine, why do we have a political affairs meeting at this point of time? My thought is that though BJP has never supported caste census, they have been opposing to it. Even RSS has been opposing it. Is this a condition which Rahul Gandhi has put that if you want in this difficult time Congress to support the government and the nation when we have been attacked by Pakistan, you have to agree to this, otherwise you will have problems with us. Is that something which has happened? I don't know, but there can be a possible reason that you literally put a gun to the head and then you're saying you have to do it now, otherwise we can cause ruckus. And when we are fighting China and Pakistan on the one side, we cannot have a country where we have a lot of political problems inside. That is why all of us suddenly, Ashwini Vaishnav ji came and announced this. That's point number one. Point number two, Rahul Gandhi ji wants to take all the credit for it. He said, "Main karwa ke raunga," and all that. That's great. Even the sun we had a sunrise in the morning. I think credit goes to Mr. Rahul Gandhi for that. Point number three, when the caste census, which he wants to take the credit and become the national hero, when it was done in Karnataka, why you have not released the report here? You have to push Modi, cajole Modi, and coax Modi to do it. Karnataka mein to aapki sarkar hai. You could have just called Siddaramaiah ji, you could have released it. What stopped you from getting it released in Karnataka? And point number four, I somehow believe, this is my personal opinion, this consensus is a way wherein they want to divide the country further, they want to divide the Hindu population furthermore, and they want to now start a ruckus that on the basis of proportional reservation, proportional, weightage, you will get reservation and you will get benefits. So does this in a way mean Muslim reservation? Because you can come and say, Musliman are 15% hai, 12% hai, 12% Muslim reservation kar lo. That paves the way for that. Is that the mission and vision what you want to do? And does this Jatigat Janaganna, the favorite topic of Shri Rahul Gandhi ji, include Jatigat Janaganna of Muslims? 72 firke Musalmanon mein bhi. Does it include that? Do they support that or do oppose that? What is the position of Congress on vis-a-vis Muslim castes and Muslim firqas which are a part of this reservation? And if after the report comes in, whenever it comes in, and if there is fundamentally decided X, Y, Z section doesn't need reservation and A, B, C has to be taken out of reservation and D, E, F has to be included in the reservation, are they okay with that? Because when the numbers will come up, it can throw anything. You might dream that I want to take the reservation to 100% and please some people, but at the end of the day, when the numbers come up, there's a concept of creamy layer. And let me tell you, when you talk of OBCs, Devika ji, Muslims are also in OBCs. When you talk of STs, Muslims are also in STs. It's only in the scheduled caste or the SCs there are no Muslims. ST has Muslims, backward OBC has Muslims. So the notion which you are trying to spin around being a messiah and all is not working, because you said once, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, जिसकी जितनी भागीदारी, फिर देखेंगे GST में किसका कितना contribution है, फिर देखेंगे development किसकी कितनी हो रही. So now we want to divide the country into those pockets and sub pockets and then want to start a ruckus that they got more and we got more. I don't know. To me, the idea is not good. I think if it is just for information, it is for the sake of understanding how the things are, then it's fair enough. But if it goes beyond implementation and goes into the Rahul Gandhi's way, he'll be a happy man, because now he can divide Hindus more. He can divide Hindus on, those smaller segments and lines and dots and commas and 15 tarah ke Brahman, 25 tarah ke Baniye, 30 tarah ke Kshatriya, then Punjabi, Marathi, Karnataka. You can do all these divisions and use these divisions to build your political fortune, which has dwindled. And when it happened yesterday, I doubt, this is my take on it, I have no information, I doubt, Devika ji, it was a political compulsion. I think they pushed their weight to the government. Pakistan ko hamla kar rakha, China hamare darwaze pe baitha, bolo kya karna hai. So why after CCPA and CC, Economic Affairs meeting, after this Cabinet Committee on Security, Economic Affairs, then what was the need of CCPA? How many times have you seen a CCPA meeting follows this logical step and such a crucial juncture where the countries, it does not? So when you look at the screens of things, maybe this is the reason, I don't know. And maybe that is where Rahul Gandhi said, maine karwa ke raha, main karwa ke rahunga. So I'm doubtful. I don't know what really happened.
Okay. Garima Dosani, I'll let you respond to that. Then I bring in Captain Alok Bansal as well.
Divya, I find Sumit Peer's thought process, the way he thinks, quite insane, because if Rahul Gandhi and his party are getting things done on, gunpoint, then I don't know why ED is summoning Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi. They could have evaded that also. And what kind of thought process is this, that they are going to give this to the Muslims? I mean, Mujra, Muslim, Mangal Sutra, we've had enough of it during the Lok Sabha elections. And the questions he is trying to ask Rahul Gandhi and Congress party, now he should ask Modi and his government, because they have announced the caste census. So all his apprehensions, all his fears that he has in mind, he should ask Mukesh Tyagi, what are they going to do? When are they going to do the caste census? What are they going to do with the data? And how much, resource allocation are they going to do after that? These questions are for the ruling party. But the most insane part was that Rahul Gandhi and his party are getting their way through by just a gunpoint. And yes, I want to make a point that if the ruling party, एक minute, Sumit Peer, I'm not done. Sumit Peer, I'm not done. If the ruling party is at all feeling pressurized, they must feel pressurized, because the Prime Minister has not been to Pahalgam. The Prime Minister was not present in the all-party meeting. The Prime Minister is an escapist and is avoiding to address the issue of Pahalgam. He must feel pressurized by the opposition party, and that is the role we have to play. That is the role the Constitution has given to the opposition party, to pressurize the government. Yes, we are pressurizing the government because the caste census is the need of the
and rightly so. That's the job of the opposition. That's the job of the opposition, of course, to work with the government to take decisions that are good for the larger nation. I want to bring in Captain Alok Bansal into the conversation as well. Captain Alok Bansal, from your perspective, why is it that certain political parties, including the BJP, were indicating that they are not perhaps too interested in a caste census, but have now taken the decision to hold a caste enumeration when the general census activity does take place. And the big question is, will the data that is eventually collected, will that become the next stickler between political parties of what happens to that data, how that data is released, how much of that data is released to the public at large?
See, firstly, I'm not a politician and I can't get into a political slanging match. I did not expect that this debate would be a
Captain Alok Bansal, I can't hear you, sir. You're perhaps moving, so your connection is not stable. I'm going to take that same question with Mukesh Tyagi. Then Mukesh Tyagi, the second big question that the opposition now poses is, what does the BJP plan on doing with the data? How much of that data will be released to the public at large? How do you respond to that?
It is a very complicated, complex exercise. It's not going to be easy. Now, since we have added a new dimension of caste, if you have seen the previous census, I mean, there has been millions of discrepancies, billions of records which were not properly calibrated. I don't know it is going to be mandatory or voluntary. If it is like under 1948, it is compulsory that everybody is supposed to disclose their actual data. There was some kind of a punitive impact if you are misrepresenting the data, but this time I think it is going to be entirely voluntary. The problem is going to happen is that all these caste enumeration will lead to some kind of a conflicting statement, inconsistencies. Then you will see plethora of complaints will come that I have been not adequately represented. So implementing this report is also going to be a huge challenge. Lots of politics will happen by Congress, who has taken U-turn. I mean, from Mrs. Gandhi's statement of Jat na paat par mohar lagegi haath par, Karnataka has not implemented. I'll give you an example in Telangana of 119 member Telangana House. BRS gave 22 tickets to be backward class. Congress and BJP gave 34 and 45 tickets to the community respectively. So we gave the highest number. Now, if it is, for example, they are saying that we will challenge the Indira Sahni case and 50% cap. Mr. Rahul Gandhi will break. It can go to any extent. It can go to 90%. It can go to 85%. Is Rahul Gandhi saying that they will give all the reservations in their party, in the tickets, to 85 to 90% backward and other caste enumeration, jiski jada संख्या उतनी उसकी भागीदारी. So is he going to comply with this order? Will he himself abdicate the post of Rahul Gandhi because he should hand it over to some backward class? Now there is a lot of duality. It's a purely exponential political rhetorics by Rahul Gandhi, which has completely failed. Now Mr. Modi has said, fine, if this is what democracy demands, I'm ready to get the caste divisions. But the consequences and everything, I think Mr. Rahul Gandhi is only sitting to criticize. And what Mr. P said, this is the time for us not to divide the country into this caste politics. We are facing a much higher challenge. Mr. Rahul Gandhi is the one who has been defaming India in all the international forums, talking against democracy. He has been demoralizing. Is Manish Shankar Iyer, they have been talking against India all the time. Have they done caste census for the Muslim community? They have given a backdoor entry to Muslims in Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. Why they haven't divided the Muslims into different castes? So that is a pure hypocrisy. They ran the campaign based on the constitution, which again fell. They ran again a campaign which is again gone out of their hands. I think Mr. Rahul Gandhi is sitting today with the empty hand, with no political issues at hand, except the fact they will fabricate some frivolous criticism against Mr. Modi and weaken this country. This is their devious intention, which worries me a lot.
Okay, I want to come back to Garima Dosani. I want to understand from you, Garima Dosani, there was a partial census that was conducted in 2010 under the leadership of Prime Minister Manmohan Singh on the socio-economic caste census. However, the data specific to caste was excluded from the overall report that was eventually published and made public. This raw caste data, as per reports, was handed over to the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, and then of course committees were formed to come up with policies. So that data was essentially never made public. Would the Congress party be okay if the BJP took a similar decision?
No, that is what we are saying. No, why we didn't make it public? You have to go behind. See, 1.5, 2 years took the census to happen. I mean, it takes a long time for a caste census or a census to happen. And then there was compilation going on, and we didn't have a brute majority like Modi government had in 2014 or 2019. They had a brute government, and they could have taken the step any further. And time and again, we kept on challenging them. We kept on asking them, pleading them that we got a census done. Please take out and publish the report. But they didn't do it. And then 143 nations after Corona, 143 nations have got the census done. But our government, which was supposed to be done in 2021, our census was again delayed. So that is why Mr. Rahul
didn't explain to our viewers why the Congress didn't publish the data.
I told you already that it took 2 years to
Yes.
get the census done and another 1.5, 2 years to get the compilation done. You get it? So, and by the time we were about to publish it, the government changed. And since
Okay.
2014, we have been asking the Modi government to get the report or the whole census published.
Okay.
Why? When we say that we have handed over,
Okay.
when we say
All right, you've explained it, Mukesh Tyagi. I'll let you take that on.
to help them in the lines of Telangana, we
Yes,
got
yes,
it
Governor
done,
Dosani,
we got it published,
yes,
and ma'am,
I'd
we
asked
don't-
I'd asked a very specific question. You've answered. You've answered. Mukesh Tyagi, the Congress party says that the BJP has not released their caste census data, which they claim they've been asking you to do since 2014. Why is that?
What I'm saying, Devika, is that ma'am has spoken, given a very lame excuses defending that why could not they publish the data. If the government wants, if VP Singh minority government can implement the Mandal Commission, why not you could do it? So you are just
We
making
have
a
given
hollow-
the 27% of reservation to.
Listen to me now. Is Rahul Gandhi going
Just
to
a minute,
give up?
33%.
No. 1 second.
The Panchayati Raj is.
Why charity begins at home? Let Rahul Gandhi hand over, Priyanka Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi hand over to other backward classes.
No,
in
why
the
are you
party.
so worried
Let
about
them
it?
hand over. Why?
Why
charity
are you
begins
so
at
worried
home?
that Congress is going to be? There is
Charity
going to be a
begins-
dearth of
Madam,
issues with Congress party. Why are you so worried
charity-
about my leaders and my party?
Charity begins. Why not? If you're talking,
Can you please listen to the debate yourself? You are contradicting your government's announcement. You are saying that the caste census is going to.
Let all the.
No, you are saying that this caste census is going to rip apart the country,
Ma'am, charity begins at home. Show some
to fragment,
character. Yes.
and
Okay.
still you
Why
can't
doesn't
convince
he
your
have
government.
Okay.
Why
I
doesn't he
have
give the chance?
the last 1 minute left. I have the last 1 minute left. I want to understand from Sumit Peer. Sumit Peer, 1 minute left. Captain Alok Bansal, unfortunately, we're not being able to stabilize the connection with you, sir. My apologies for that. Okay. We seem to be having some technical issues today. On that note, I'm going to thank all of our panelists for joining us to take this conversation forward. Of course, this is a conversation that we will be having for the next couple of years, viewers, because a historic decision has been taken not only to conduct the general census but also to have caste enumeration be a part of it. On that note, a very short break.